week. Now, we're gonna do haha. Next read. Oh, Derrick Lee. Oh, Derrick Lee. We're gonna put this. Oh, Derrick Lee. This was a rabbit hole that I had to stop. We got a Judge Daniel P. Ryan. We got a Judge Thomas in here. Hold on. Let me share this with you guys. Lord, Lord, Lord. This is the hottest of all this week. Somehow Diddy is in the middle of this. Right? So, yes, of course, I'm going to interrupt him. What can I say? Thanks to BJ, that surprise witness sister, BJ Investigate, and the Rabbit Hole sisters. They were on it, but I'm only here on Tuesdays, so kudos. And let's get on. So there, Judge Daniel P. Ryan. We got a Judge Thomas Cameron. We got a Judge Willie. Apparently, rest in peace. He passed away. We got a Kim Elworthy. We got a Judge Bridget M. Hathaway. We got Mrs. Suzette Samuels, who's the assistant attorney. And guess what? There was people paid. We got a 10K, 4.3K, a 10K. Oh, and Mrs. Hathaway, man, topped it all, 23K. If I'm not mistaken, plus another 10. Well, I don't know. This is all alleged. And I do not want to, get anybody in trouble. But our Mr. Cardello-Lee-Smith has been gone to a horror. Let's read this. I was interested in the whole lawsuits, but you know what? We're going to have to cut this one short and get straight to the part where this affidavit was signed by Mrs. Suzette, the assistant attorney. Here we are. Let me bring that to the other screen. Yeah, let's get on with that. Oh boy. Stop sharing. Here we are. Let's go. We're going to zoom that in a little bit. Yeah, I think the 120 was right. Maybe we can do a bit more from this one. 30. Yeah, we're going to do more. It's always good for the eyes. 150. There. Perfect. So if we start from the bottom, it's the envelope letter being sent to the office of the clerk. It's a full screen mode in the United States District, Theodora Levine, United States Courthouse, case proceeding in Detroit, Michigan. Alrighty. What do we have here? So, we have here this United States District Court of New York Southern District. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, plaintiff via Sean Combs, Kim Elworthy, defendant, counsel here, assistant county prosecutor. Plaintiff submission of affidavit, assistant Wayne County prosecutor Suzette Samuel admits to work directly for defendant Sean Combs, P. Diddy, to aid in breach of contract between all parties. So now comes the plaintiff, Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, in proper in the above cause and hereby submitted to this court the affidavit of Suzette Samuels, Assistant Wayne County Prosecutor, admitting to work directly for Sean Combs and placing the plaintiff in confinement on orders of defendant Sean Combs to help defendant avoid responsibility and obligation to pay the plaintiff his return of the $150,000 deposit plaintiff provided that defendant Sean Combs in 1997 as per the original agreement. The plaintiff stated the affidavit confirms that Sean Combs, Kim L. Worthy, and plaintiff did have an agreement in 1996 and in 1997, and that the defendant ordered said persons to place the plaintiff in confinement for the purpose of ignoring the plaintiff, that the plaintiff is not able to collect on the for the purpose of ensuring that the plaintiff is not able to collect on the agreement reached between all parties in 1997. Thank you for your time in this matter. And she signed. And Derrick signed the plaintiff in proper. Wow. He's actually in a facility right now. Ionia Bellamy Creek Correctional Facility has been held in jail. Let's go. Let's find out what happened here. I'm going to go at the beginning of the page. It's all reversing downwards after that. So, enclosed for the filing above. So here's Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith at this facility. He has filed the paper. It's the letterhead for the case. Enclose the filing above case. The document which I am asking are placed on the court's docket. Thank you for your time. So here's the document, the affidavit. This happened not long ago. It was filed in the state of Michigan, county of Oakland. Before me, the undersigned attorney in said county, state of Michigan. This day personally came and appeared Mrs. Suzette Samuel, with her title here, Assistant Wayne County Prosecutor. To me, well known, and who, after being by me duly sworn, did depose and say. So this is her own deposition. I'm assuming I'm not a lawyer here. We are reading. My name is Suzette Samuels, the bar number, and I am a lawyer and an assistant prosecuting attorney for the Wayne County Prosecutor Office in Detroit, Michigan, County of Wayne County, State of Michigan. I prosecuted Mr. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith in the criminal case of people of the state of Michigan v. Derrick Lee Cardello, case number, blah, 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 during the criminal proceeding of January 1st, 2008 through October 31st, 2008. And this was the state, so she went after him. I am working directly for the immediate person of Kim L. Worthy, Wayne County Prosecutor, and for Mr. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Pete Diddy, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, and Brother Love, owner and founder of Bad Boy Records. I worked directly for the immediate person of Kim Elworthy and for Sean Combs, Diddy. The Office of the Wayne County Prosecutor has affirmed Mr. Derrick Lee Cardello for the crime, has framed him for the crime of a criminal conduct beginning in 1997, in 2008, and again in 2019. He was incarcerated. What do you mean? Conduct beginning in 1997, 2008, and again 3 times. Hey, this person who directed these prosecution, Kim, I'm assuming, were and still are Mr. John Combs, Mr. Sean John Combs, musician, music mogul, artist, owner, and founder of the Bad Boy Records, and Kim Elworthy, currently Wayne County prosecutor. Mr. Combs and Kim Elworthy ordered the Detroit Police Department 9th Precinct North District to arrest and frame Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith for multiple hours that he did not commit. What's going on? Diddy, I am not surprised. I'm just reading another case. Setting up people. Now 3 times, this one guy. Hey, Mr. Sean John Combs and Kim L. Worthy. She ain't no wordy no more. Allegedly directed Miss Suzette to use her power and office as the assistant Wayne County prosecutor to falsely charge and convict. Hey, Mr. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith with 6 counts of criminal conduct and 2 counts of kidnapping. Oh my God. Thank you, Suzette, for coming forward. Which Suzette did out of fear of her life, in which I did because I was paid to do so. In this and many other cases, totaling 128 Black men. Further, wow, let's keep on reading. Of Detroit, Seguin, Flint, and other county of Michigan that were investors of Bad Boys Record. Wow. Prior to 1997. Mr. Combs ordered Kim Elworthy to prosecute Cardello-Smith for the crimes and to keep him in prison for these crimes after Combs had taken $150,000 investment dollars from Cardello-Smith in early January 1997, and Mr. Cardello-Smith demanded a notarized receipt with Mr. Marcus Ashford overseeing the notarized services. So his name would show up on that notarized receipt. Mr. Combs and my boss, Kim Worthy, have framed Cardello-Smith to cover up the arm of Cardello-Smith by Diddy in 1997 won. That's the first one. And while Cardello-Smith was serving as Mr. Combs' bartender through 1996 and 1997, Mr. Combs sent three men to, wow, I'm not gonna say the word. Wow. Cardello-Smith in 1997, while he and a female companion were exiting a Detroit movie theater, Cardello-Smith was stabbed in the right arm while defending himself, and he unalived the knife-wielding assailant. Mr. Cardello-Smith was placed under arrest for a second-degree murder. But so this murder was then hidden, and it led to Cardello-Smith being sent to prison for multiple counts of criminal misconduct, crime of which he is innocent of. Let's be clear. She's saying he's innocent. Suzette, you're going to have a lot of souls to save. 120 young men invested in Sean Combs' BS. Allegedly, so she worked with the 1997 assistant prosecutor under Michael Dugan, and then Judge Kimmel Wordy. Mr. Michael Dugan, current Detroit mayor, and other officials to cover up the crime. We got a mayor in here. Oh boy. And I played a key role with Detroit police officers. Mr. Sean John Combs Diddy, who was personally involved. Hey, number 2's here. Sorry, I just noticed. Let me just say hi in the chat. Yeah, this is juicy stuff story today. This young man all his money was taken away from him and thrown in jail. So yeah, Mr. Combs was always personally involved and directed these meetings in order to cover up the R, and committed upon Cardello-Smith, the bartender, and he ensured that Cardello-Smith never collected on his rightful claim of a 49% of bad boy record and holding. This guy's always making numbers to give people 49%. If the other one had 25%, wow. And mama had 75%. What's going on here? So that's a fake slush fund. Anyways, allegedly, based upon his lead role in the investment of money into Bad Boy Records in 1997. Mr. Combs, let's put this up a little bit. Yeah. Mr. Combs and Kim, I need to do something. Give me one second. Let me take a little pause for a second here. Okay. Here we go. So Sean Combs and Kim Elworthy both paid cash directly to Mr. Vincent's mother, a contract, whatever, Patricia Penman, detective in Detroit and Dearborn, Michigan, David Combs. Detroit Police Department Sergeant, someone deceased. Collie Carpenter, Tina Momberito, Andrea Momberito, and others to kidnap and attempt to kill Mr. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith in 2008, only to fail, and then decided to use the same people. Oh boy, really? And then decided to use the same people to frame Cardello-Smith for. And he did not. That he did not do. Okay, I gotta skip that word. So Cardi Carpenter, sister, Tina and Andrea Bamarito are SA and SL victims of Mr. Sean Combs. Carly, Tina, and Andrea. Oh my God. Wayne County official Kim Elworthy and part of a oh and part of a crime ring and criminal enterprise throughout the state of Michigan. So here we got the money. She said Suzette paid $5,000 to the 36th district judge to secure an arrest, the first arrest warrant for Cardello in 2008, $5,000. She paid another judge, Willie Lemcomb, who is deceased, another $5,000. It's a 36th district court Detroit judge to falsely determine that they were enough evidence to make Cardello Smith stand trial in the Wayne County Circuit Court. At the probable cause conference hearing, and he was therefore bound over for trial. And then Suzette paid another $10,000 allegedly to a Judge Daniel P. Ryan, Third Circuit Court judge of Wayne County, and to grant all of her motions, my motion in circuit court, and secure a conviction of Cardello-Smith by way of denying every motion that Cardello-Smith was entitled to be given. She knows he was entitled to it too, resulting in his plea of no contest. Never plead. It's sad, no contest. And then she paid another judge $4,300, $4,300, to Judge Thomas Cameron of the Third Circuit Court to deny Cardello-Smith's post-conviction motion, even though he was entitled to the relief he was entitled to, and they were denied. Oh my God. And then she also paid Judge Bridget Mary Hathaway, Third Circuit Court judge of the Wayne County, $23,000. She topped it all off. From January 2019 throughout February 1st, 2025, to deny all of Cardello's rightful motion that he was entitled to be granted. Hey, Suzette, I performed the transaction of this monetary handover. She handed the money to everybody on the order of Kim and Sean, big bosses, and she complied fully with these orders. Wow. of the two-person name because they have their hands deep in the elected and appointed worker in the county of Wayne, city of Detroit, and other areas of Michigan. Oh boy, you guys are being exposed allegedly. But this is an assistant prosecutor, so it must hold a lot of weight. Mr. Combs committed suicide. Sorry, Mr. Cobb committed suicide in 2008 when Cardello-Smith was going to call him as a witness in his criminal case at the trial. But it was not suicide. Wow, it was something else. You can read it here, guys, unalived. Ordered by Diddy Sean Combs and Madam Kim Elworthy. He passed 2 days before Cardello-Smith trial was to begin, resulting in Cardello-Smith entering a no contest plea. Wow, okay, Suzette knows about this. Suzette is a big role in here, but she also put it all in writing. Every document in this case Cardello-Smith filed against Sean Combs is real, accurate, and true. As that I have the same copies of those documents, and I have had the documents for many years. And Kim Wordy has them too, boss lady. Hey. So Mr. Combs and he used Kim Wordy, who used Detroit police officer Patrick Jackman and another Detroit police officer who worked with two Los Angeles police officers to execute, ooh la la, Mr. Tupac Shakur and Mr. Marion Knight on direct order of Mr. Sean Combs. This case is the case of all cases. Big breakthroughs connecting a lot of dots for everything that's already filed out there. Allegedly, this is all proven by documents contained in the case of Derrick Lee Cardello v. Sean Combs, case number 24-12647, U.S. District Court, Eastern District of Michigan. Wow. And the companion case of Cardello-Smith v. Sean Combs, Elworthy, et al., case number 24-12737, U.S. District Court, Eastern District of Michigan. Wow. Suzette, Madam Suzette is something else. Kudos, ma'am. You're going to probably help clear up a lot of people's cases for sure. I state, she says, that those documents are true and real and not forged. And Cardello-Smith stands by them. And so do I, because I have the exact same copies of those documents. And Kim Wordy does as well. Again, let's go. The Office of the Wayne County Prosecutor has destroyed all homicide files beginning in 1995 through 2003. And this was done to hide the homicide Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith originally committed in self-defense to frame Cardello-Smith for said crimes. He is, in fact, innocent. You're coming out of jail, honey. That's it. I saw you today. You were happy, and we are happy for you. And what is it called? Retribution is coming. I currently have the videos, Mrs. Suzette said. Footage of, she does have a video footage of Cardello-Smith defending himself in the parking lot in 1997. Haha. She said, I have video of Cardello-Smith being framed for the multiple R at the direction of Sean Combs and Mrs. Kim Worthy. Oh boy. She says, I have video of Mr. Combs, our victim, being coerced and forced to testify falsely that Cardello-Smith committed horrific act of R against them when it was actually Diddy Diddler, Sean Combs, aka Nothing Good, allegedly R them and beating them and forcing them to do it, along with other Wayne County officials and members of law enforcement. Somebody was the boss of something for a while. Now the kingdom has crumbled. There is no... It's very sad, but nobody's sad for you. I have, Mrs. Suzette said, documents that support all of Mr. Cardello-Smith's claim that he was threatened by Sean Combs Diddler, that if he went through with the S charges on Combs, that Cardello-Smith's family and friends' lives would be threatened. Well, look whose life is going to get affected now. Diddy. And look whose family is being affected by Diddy. For all of these threats and these S's and these R's and these everything and this and that and this and that, you never thought about your family. Always about other people's family. You forgot to care about your family. Forgot to protect those young girls and those young men from all of your debauchery. Allegedly, Mr. Cardello-Smith submitted a report from William Proctor in 2024 that something the hitman, Vincent Moret head, blah, 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 unalived many people, and Kim Worthy provided Mr. With a sweetheart deal. The unaliver. Ooh. And in exchange for his assistance with the unalive on Sean Combs Diddler's orders, our office honored the deal that was so dishonorable and dishonored your whole office, your whole county, yourselves, and your families. Allegedly, Mr. Cardello-Smith did not commit any. And all of the evidence that was to be presented at trial was in fact manufactured at McDonald's, false, and simply did not exist. And it was all done at the order of Kim L. Worthy, boss, and Sean Combs, big boss, to get revenge upon a former Bad Boy member, Derrick Lee Cardello. Revenge. Look at what life is going to do. Forget about your revenge, his revenge. Wait, what's revenge? You're going to get your own revenge. I act contrary to law. Mrs. Suzette is saying, I act contrary to law and every ethical rule, and I violated Mr. Cardello-Smith due process rights every step of the way, she admits. She admits also that I paid Bridget Mary Hathaway a total of $10,000 in March 2024 to deny any of Cardello-Smith's motion or successive motions for relief from judgment of sentence. I told her that Kim Alworthy had said that Cardello-Smith has an affidavit from Tina Bormarito that he is using to get the factual basis of the plea withdrawn. And I asked her to ignore the evidence in the denial, and she did. And it was done because Sean Combs Diddler Diddy ordered, with a capital O, it to be done, and Kim Wardy ordered it to be done. On January the 29th, 2025, Judge Bridget Mary Hathaway issued an order denying Mr. Cardello-Smith's successive motion for relief from judgment and did not address the recantation of Tina Bormarito, as she was paid to not address it. Something else. This is hot papers. Burning. Should have flyers all over the screen. So Judge Bridget Hathaway is also overseeing the case of Carly Carpenter in People of the State of Michigan v. Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith, 2019, blah, blah, blah. And she has been paid to issue another decision on that case that will completely avoid any of the recantation of Carly Carpenter, who lied and was paid to lie by Patricia Perman, and that Cardello-Smith hired her. Here we go. They're coming for you, Mrs. Hathaway. You're not going to be judged for long. Judge Bridget Mary Hathaway has completely earned her money by entering decision against Cardello-Smith that shows that she will not allow the recantation affidavits to be placed on the court records, because to do so would mean that she has accepted bribes to deny relief to an innocent man. The Office of the Wayne County Prosecutor under Kim Alworthy and the Office of the Wayne County Court District under Judge Daniel R. Ryan, Thomas Cameron, and Bridget M. Hathaway are directly working for Sean Combs, aka Beatty, and I am a direct employee of Sean Diddy Diddler Combs, and I framed Cardello for the R. He did not do. By using victims of Sean Combs to frame Cardello-Smith. And it was all done for the sole purpose of keeping Cardello-Smith in prison and not allowing him to be able to get a hold of his money that he is entitled to. Almost done. Mr. Combs and Kim Alworthy extends to other law officers, lawyers, prosecutors, law enforcement, state judges, state appeal judges, federal judges at the trial, and appellate level. And it is a reach that I'm now sick and tired of having leading me. Okay, I guess she's done. Which has led me to this release of the truth. I work directly for Sean Combs, and Kim does too. And I frame Cardello-Smith, inmate number here, I guess because he's an inmate, and Kim already framed Cardello-Smith. Numerous Michigan judges in every level of the court has been paid in some way or another to deny Cardello-Smith his release from custody because we wanted Cardello-Smith to look like a serial offender, and he is not. But we succeeded in it, and it was wrong. Someone hasn't been sleeping since Diddy's been in jail. Good for you. I hope you never slept since those days. The man is innocent, and I am not guilty of framing him, and so are my bosses, Kim Worthy and Sean Diddy Diller, in jail. So what do we got here? Any person who says that this is false or that this is not a legally binding statement is lying themselves. It is made in my official capacity while I am still an employee of the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office and as a citizen in my individual capacity that was bribed and did bribe to frame an innocent man, Cardello-Smith, on orders of Kim L. Worthy and Sean Combs. I will attest to these facts because they are true and real. And what has happened to Cardello-Smith is a tragedy and a miscarriage of justice. And his no contest plea should be withdrawal, and this matter allowed to go to jury trial or the charges against him dismissed in their entirety. I framed Cardello-Smith, Suzette said, for the worst crime imaginable, and Derrick is innocent. And I, Suzette, acted on order of Sean Combs to do this because Derrick's inside knowledge as to how Bad Boy Record was built, how Sean Combs operated, and how he is and who he and how he is man. Sorry, let's go back. Well. To do this because Cardello-Smith's inside knowledge as to how the Bad Boy Record was built, how Bad Boy Combs operated, and who is man. Cardello-Smith is a good man, and Sean Combs is a bad boy. I acted against the law, and I hid behind my immunity and protection afforded me by Kim Worthy. This is wrong, and it must be corrected. Good job, ma'am. The good man will win. The office of the Wayne County prosecutor will deny this, but I will not deny it. I am guilty. Sean Combs is guilty. Kim Worthy is guilty. The Detroit Police Office is guilty. Officer David Cobb is guilty. Dina is guilty. Carly is guilty. Andrea is guilty. And the only person who is innocent on every criminal, on anything criminal, is Cardello-Smith. MDC inmate number 267009. You know what? Kudos. Here we like to share good things, real things in life. And this is only the beginning of a lot of beautiful things happening for this man in the future. I wish you all the best. So Kim here finishes it up with the declaration. I state that I am a direct employee of Sean Combs, and while I am in my office, I framed Derrick Lee Cardello-Smith and other men who I prosecuted, and I did so under the order of Sean Combs, and it was to hide two things. One, Sean Combs' assault of Derrick Lee Cardello. Two, to stop Cardello from collecting his rightful entitlement of the contractual agreement reached between himself and Sean Combs for the $150,000 in exchange of 49% of all of the holdings of Sean Combs, and it was also to hide and to cover up the fact that Tupac Shakur was unalived on capital orders of Sean Combs and Kim Elworthy helped to effect said unalive, and also the attempt unalive of Suge Knight in 1996, and to cover up multiple crimes that our office and Sean Combs is a part of, all to keep Cardello-Smith silent as an original member and investor of Bad Boy Record, and Cardello-Smith's personal insight into Sean Combs and his empire. Well, if Sean was working with the cops, then he was an agent, and that's why they always let him go with everything. Let's see if that was true. Hey, well. The apple never falls too far from a tree. I swear and I declare under the penalty of perjury, Suzette did all her due diligence that the above event described herein are true, real, accurate, and based on my own personal knowledge, information, and belief, and anything contrary to these events are in fact they themselves false, as that I make them freely, truly, and knowing that I am subject to perjury. The events happened, and I will testify to that in state of federal court if called upon to do so voluntarily or by subpoena. Good job, ma'am. There we go. Yeah. This was a nice bombshell, I would say. A beautiful bombshell. This young man's case is going to be put back in the docket. I'll be able to get out and continue with his case. Everything is getting connected. Well, Suge Knight probably is going to come out too. Keefe D, who they're trying to frame for Tupac's unaliving. And it's funny because that's what everybody was thinking at first. And yet, looks like these conspiracies are becoming black and white. Wow. Let's get out of here. Look at this. 10K, retired, 4.3K, 23K plus another 10. This was Kim, Bridget, Suzette. She's had enough. Well, Suzette, a lot of people's lives are on the line, so it's never too late. Now that he's gone, everybody can come out. And maybe he has other things to come out for. Well, let's get out of here. Oh my God. Now I want to share my little sister.